They say that true evil reveals itself when reason ceases to exist, when empathy is stripped away, and what remains is something hollow, something far beyond what the human mind was meant to understand. This is the disturbing story of what happened to a child who was full of life, laughter, and innocence. On the day she disappeared, and the woman who admitted to being responsible for sending her poor soul into the shadow realms, not out of revenge, not out of necessity, but out of a cold, senseless chaos that left even the darkest souls in disbelief. Lola Daviet was born in the year 2010, loved by her friends and family, known for her kindness and her uncanny ability to make everyone that she encountered smile with absolute joy. On the afternoon of October 14th, 2022, in the quiet heart of Paris, a father waited for his daughter to come home from school, but by evening, that light would be gone forever. At 4:30 p.m., her father, Johann Daviet, reported her missing after she failed to return home. He was the caretaker of the apartment building where they lived, a man whose life revolved around his daughter's loving smile. Rightfully concerned, he checked the CCTV footage from the lobby, and there she was, walking into the building at 3:20 p.m., followed closely by a woman in white, a woman later identified as Dahbia Benkired, a 24-year-old drifter from Algeria. But Lola never came back out. Benkired had come to France in 2016 on a student visa, but overstayed, drifting from one couch to another, a woman without roots, without purpose, and, as investigators would later discover, without conscience. That afternoon she approached Lola in what seemed like a casual exchange. Moments later she convinced the girl to follow her into the apartment belonging to her sister, a place she herself did not have permission to enter. Lola suffered deeply, enduring unthinkable cruelty at the hands of someone who seemed to act not out of rage, but from madness and pure, senseless malice. By the time the sun set over Paris, Lola's young life had been extinguished, and her killer was wandering the streets, incoherent, and dragging a suitcase around with her. And by 10:30 p.m. that night, a homeless man noticed a large travel trunk near the building. Inside is where he would make a grisly discovery: the badly beaten and destroyed body of Lola Daviet. Bound, lifeless, her innocence erased by something monstrous. 2 small notes were stuck to her feet. On one foot the number 0, and on the other the number 1. And to this day, absolutely no one has ever understood the significance or the meaning behind it. When police reviewed the building's footage, the mystery was over. The same woman who had followed Lola in was seen leaving moments later, dragging that very same trunk into the night. Benkired was arrested early the next morning, and at first, as would be expected, she denied everything. Then she confessed to her involvement in Lola's brutal murder. According to her initial confession, she lured Lola into her sister's apartment and ordered the girl to shower. Benkired then XXX assaulted Lola and forced Lola to perform cunnilingus on her before putting adhesive tape on the girl's face. An autopsy revealed that Lola died from asphyxiation. She was also stabbed multiple times in the body, face, neck, as well as in her private area, and she was also decapitated. There was even evidence of cervical compression. Doctors believe these blows occurred before and after Lola's death, at the bloody hands of this far beyond evil woman. But then she denied it again. Her words spiraled between fantasy and delusion, claiming an armed stranger was responsible then, that it was all just a dream, and finally that she had done it in revenge against Lola's mother, who had refused to grant her a simple favor. According to sources close to the investigation and court testimony, Dahbia had been living in the same apartment building with her sister, but was not a formal resident. When she asked for a pass, an entry badge/access key, to enter the building, Lola's mother, who was a caretaker there, allegedly refused. This refusal was mentioned as a possible source of anger, and a motive for the subsequent crime that took place afterwards. She was shown the grotesque crime scene photographs of the child, as she was found inside of the trunk. This tactic is, of course, extreme, but still not unusual when investigators feel they have evidence of a suspect's involvement in a murder case. They were hoping to get a reaction from her of some sort, but what they got instead was nothing. No emotional reaction was observed whatsoever. It was as if Benkired was as cold as an iceberg. Of course, this shocked the seasoned detectives. No detectives asked why she felt nothing after seeing what she'd done to the little girl. Bink said, "That leaves me indifferent. I saw my parents die in front of me. I was hurt too." To the very end, she felt no remorse, only cold detachment. In October 2025, 3 years after the murder, France witnessed one of the most haunting trials in its modern history. Benkired stood before the court, unmoved, expressionless, listening as psychiatrists testified that she was of sound mind, not insane, not delusional. She was simply just an evil and predatorial human animal. The evidence was overwhelming, and the cruelty was described as beyond comprehension. The verdict she received for such a heinous crime, life imprisonment, without ever being considered the possibility of parole, a punishment so rare it had been given only 4 times before in all of French history. And with that, Dahbia Benkired became the first woman ever sentenced to such a fate. But the story doesn't end with justice, because evil doesn't stop when the killer is caught. It lingers in the hearts of those left behind. It infiltrates the minds and the dreams of the families of the victims as well.
There was a show of support outside the courtroom for Lola's mother and brother. With the little girl's face drawn on their clothes, they expressed their relief.
Thank you to the justice system. We are happy with the response we received.
Even though it won't bring my Lola back, we believed we would get justice, and we got it. We got it. Thank you. Thank you all for your support. Thank you.
Lola's murderer has been sentenced to life imprisonment without parole, the maximum sentence never before handed down to a woman for committing acts of torture that were completely dehumanising, according to the presiding judge. Dahbia Benkired is accused of torturing and killing 12-year-old Lola Daviet on October 14, 2022, after forcing her to follow her to the apartment she occupied in Paris. The teenager's body was found mutilated in a trunk in the courtyard of the building. When the sentence was announced, the defendant remained impassive, as she often did during the trial. Dahbia Benkired has not provided any clear explanation, and today her last words were for Lola's family.
I ask for forgiveness. What I did was horrible. That's all I have to say.
According to doctors, no mental or psychiatric disorder impaired her judgment at the time of the events. Her lawyers are not surprised by the sentence.
Today's decision by the court is a legal ruling, and we must accept it without relying only on our client's right to contest an appeal, which is authorized by criminal procedure law.
Lola's father, once strong and proud, never recovered from what happened to his daughter. He began to drink again, consumed by guilt and grief. He wrote letters to his daughter, leaving them pinned to the apartment door, where the monster once lived. My darling, one note read, I still don't understand why there was so much cruelty toward you. I can't wait to see you again, your dad who loves you for life. 2 years after his daughter's death, he was gone, his body giving in to the mental weight of his pain and sorrow. In the days that followed Lola's murder, France erupted as a result of what had befallen the young girl. And her death became more than just a crime. It became a symbol. Nation divided, debated the meaning of justice, immigration, and moral decay. Politicians argued, and angry French citizens and far-right protesters filled the streets. But amidst the noise, one truth remained buried beneath it all: that a family had been destroyed, and no amount of political gain would ever bring back what they had lost. President Emmanuel Macron met the grieving parents, calling the act an evil beyond comprehension. His wife, Brigitte Macron, called it abominable and intolerable. But for the people, they wanted an explanation on how Dahbia Benkired, a woman born in Algeria, ordered to leave France months before, was still free to destroy a life so pure. But evil, my young seeker, it is often at times a master of deception that wears many faces. Sometimes it hides behind suffering, sometimes behind madness, and sometimes it stares directly at us, fully aware of what it's doing, and simply does not care. In the courtroom, as her sentence was read aloud, Dahbia Benkired showed no emotion, no tears, no tremor in her voice, only the empty calm of someone long detached from humanity. And perhaps that's the most terrifying truth of all, that evil in its purest form doesn't always rage or roar. Sometimes it simply whispers. So I ask you, was this the result of a fractured mind? Or was it something deeper? Perhaps a glimpse into a darkness far beyond human understanding? Was it mental illness? Or was it a crime committed by someone truly far beyond evil? If you found this true story fascinating, please share your thoughts in the comments below and give this video a like, and I will continue to bring you even more. Hit that subscribe button to join our coven of like-minded individuals, because this is where you belong.